Alrighty, folks, I got a nice little package the other day, so I figured I'd go ahead and do another new additions to the rock stockpile. First up, Van Halen, Osaka, 1979. They're on tour here for the Van Halen 2 album. Bunch of tracks on here, 19, but there's some medleys and stuff in there. Some songs are really short, some songs are really long. Whole lots of wankery going on, mainly from David Lee Roth. Sound quality, not the best. Kind of sounds like it's a soundboard if the soundboard was behind the drum kit. But it's pretty good, pretty interesting, you know, to hear some live material from this early in their career. Follow that up with Judas Priest Jugulator. Never had any interest in getting any of the Ripper material, even though I've always heard that this one was good. I knew Cathedral Spires, Bullet Train. Then when I saw KK's Priest, they played Burn in Hell. So I was like, you know what, I should probably grab that one. You know, everybody says it's a solid release, as opposed to Demolition, which everybody says is terrible. So I definitely am never going to get Demolition because this not that good. There's a couple good songs in there, the three I mentioned. But really this sounds like Judas Priest. It doesn't sound like Judas Priest. It sounds like Judas Priest trying to do a Fight or a Two imitation. So, it's not terrible, but it's not one that I want to hear when I put on Judas Priest. And sometimes Ripper Owens doesn't even sound like himself on there. So it's okay. But like I said, the people that do like this album still crap on Demolition. So I don't ever have to worry about getting Demolition. Next up, Dante Fox. The Roots of Great White, 1978 to 1982. So how I came across this was I was actually looking up stuff I was looking up Wasp, and I saw that Tony Richards used to be in Dante Fox, and I saw that this release had come out. I can't remember when this came out, 2019. Tony Richards, the original drummer for Wasp, used to be in Dante Fox, along with a guy named Don Costa, who went on to play with Ozzy. Never put out an album with Ozzy, but he did tour. So anyway, this was the Dante Fox started off with Jack Russell, Mark Kendall, Tony Richards on drums, and Don Costa on bass. Blackie Lawless I believe he fired Randy Piper and needed a bass player. And I think he fired the drummer too. So he needed a bass player back then. Blackie was playing rhythm. He brought in Chris Holmes, which is why I think he fired Randy Piper. So anyway, he steals Tony Richards and Don Costa from Dante Fox. And like in their very first show together, which was going to be the warm-up gig for a show where they had some record people coming to watch them. Don Costa was known for being a madman on the bass, thrashing around. He had a cheese grater on the back of his bass where he would grind his knuckles on it and bleed all over his bass. So like his first show with Wasp, he's going nuts, and he knocks his bass out of tune. And your standard operating procedure for if your instrument goes out of tune is to stop playing, step to the wings, and get yourself back in tune, and then join back in the band. Well, Don didn't do that. He just kept on thrashing away, and I think they played like 2-3 songs with his bass out of tune. So Chris Holmes afterwards, that really pissed Chris Holmes off, and afterwards Chris Holmes went to Don Costa and told him if he ever did that again, played out of tune, that Chris would kick his ass. So Don Costa quit Wasp. And like I said, this was a show before they had to, they were going to have some record people show up to their next show. So Blackie's in a panic. He doesn't know what to do. And Chris Holmes was like, why don't you just call Randy Piper back up? Bring him back in on lead guitar. You play bass, because Randy can sing and already knows the songs. So that's what they did. Which you would think this is a CD about Wasp, but it's not. It's about Dante Fox. And but I thought that was an interesting story. So this, it's got a little slipcase on it. It's a cool little thing. Dante Fox is, these are demos, but they sound really good. I don't know if they touched them up or what, but they most of them are really good quality. In Love is on here, is the first song, and that would become On Your Knees. And then Money is on here, and that would become Stick It. And then, but I mean, all of the stuff on here is pretty damn heavy. It's all very much in the vein of the first Great White EP and the first Great White album. There is a song called The Blues on here, which kind of hints toward what they would become after their second album. But go and check out Need Your Love. That's one of the fastest and heaviest songs that was around at that time. I mean, it's balls to the wall. I don't know why they never redid that one. Maybe because it was too fast. Then we got the John Entwistle Band, Left for Live. Earlier this year, there was it was called the Ox box set, I believe. Had like 6 discs in it. And then, I don't know, just a couple months ago, they released another one called Rarities Exhumed Volume 2, which is some more John Entwistle material from the vaults, which made me realize that I did not have any John Entwistle solo stuff in my collection, even though this is the John Entwistle Band. Pardon me. And I love John Entwistle. He's probably top 3 bass player for me, you know, with Steve Harris and Geezer Butler. So I figured I'd grab something. I saw this for cheap, so I thought I'd grab it. It had a good song selection on here. Had The Real Me, 905, Under a Raging Moon. That was just a good seller on there. And then it has covers of Young Man Blues and Shaking All Over. So I thought I'd grab it. It's pretty good. Not the best quality. The second half, Entwistle's voice starts cracking up a little bit. But come to find out that this was only half the show. There's like 12 tracks on here. There's after buying this, I found out that was a deluxe reissue of the entire show, which has like 24 tracks on there, and the back end of this CD is like the second half of that CD. So that would explain why his voice was starting to tire out. But it's good. The band's tight. Good drum solo during Under the Raging Moon. Man, I'm drawing a blank on the drummer's name. Gets a couple of bass solos in there, and of course he sounds really good. Hearing him live makes you realize why he was so good with The Who when it came to backing vocals, because his voice sits. He can imitate Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey really well, both of them. So that's why he was so good at harmonizing with them. Sorry, this is dragging on. I got into that Wasp story. It took too long with that one. And then I got Zun. This is another John Garcia side project. What did I just buy from John Garcia? Oh, Hermano. When the Moon Was High. So when I was trying to find that song Love that's on When the Moon Was High, and I couldn't do it, I came across his band Zun. Now, I knew that he had been in Zun, but I didn't know that they had released anything. What's this one called again? It's hard to read. Burial Sunrise. And, man, I'm running out of battery. I hope I can make it through here. So there's a girl named Sarah Timms that sings a couple of tracks on here. This is real ethereal, psychedelic, not doomy at all. The chick Sarah Timms, she's in a couple of post-metal bands. So I guess this is semi-post-metal, atmospheric, psychedelia. It's good, but it's not something I'd reach for. And then last, the whole reason of this video, see the I Am t-shirt, which I did the Patriarchs in Black review, which I was going back and looking through Typo Negative offshoots, and I came across I Am. They changed their name recently to Sun Don't Shine, I believe. So anyway, I was like, well, you know what? I see these two singles, CD singles that I Am released. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna grab those before they become scarce, since they changed their name. And I buy the two singles. The guy sends me a message and says, hey, I don't have one of those singles on CD. I only have it on cassette. Is it all right if I send you the cassette, the CD, and a t-shirt? I said, sure, that's cool. Then a couple days later, he sends me another message. Says, hey man, I have to evacuate because of the hurricane. He's in Florida. I have your package with me. I just need to find I'll just have to find a place to mail it. I'm like, dude, don't worry about that. Just get safe. Take care of yourself. Don't worry about me. I'm not in any rush. So then he gets back. He sends me another message. He says, my house is still standing. I got your package. I'm going to send it off to you with some extra goodies. So I was like, all right, man. I appreciate it. Well, he sent me some extra goodies, all right. I said, oh, here's the little... So anyway, the dude's name on Discogs is Drew's Religion. His record label is Corpse Paint Records. He's on YouTube. Says, dude, sorry again, between two hurricanes and a getaway, I've been behind. Here's some extras. Thanks, Drew. So like I said, he sent me the t-shirt, which is cool. It's got Kenny Hickey's green Typo Negative guitar on there. So he sends me 2 copies. There's the Corpse Paint Records. That's his label. Sent me that sticker. So he sends me 2 copies of the Dreams Always Die with the Sun CD single. Then he sent me the Dreams Always Die with the Sun cassette single. And then the second single, Cryptomnesia. This is the one that he didn't have the CD single for, so he sent me this cassette single for it. And then he also sent me a flexi disc of Dreams Always Die with the Sun. So that was really cool. I really appreciate it. In case I didn't mention I Am is Kirk Winstein and Todd Strange, both of Crowbar and Down, and then Kenny Hickey and Johnny Kelly from Typo Negative. So anyway, I wanted to get that video out. Tell them how much I appreciate the t-shirt and all the extra goodies. You guys have a good one.